This is a residential community called Pinder's Point, a quaint seaside town nestled in the southwestern part of Grand Bahama, the second most populated island in the Bahamas. This is where I spent most of my time growing up. You see, my grandparents settled here. My grandfather built and made this home for his family. We call it generation property, so it includes most of the homes and property in this vicinity. It even includes the neighborhood laundromat, and a stone's throw away is the local bakery, where we buy fresh bread and pastries daily. Pinder's Point is nestled within the island's industrial sector. There is an oil transshipment facility and the harbor, where the cruise ships dock, including a cruise ship that sails from the island to West Palm Beach, Florida. We even have a popular restaurant where you can actually feed bull sharks at night. This local activist has been dedicated to the community's development for many
Care about
years.
Neighborhood Crime Watch, and I'm fortunate to be the president. So we're keeping crime at its lowest point, especially during the pandemic. We also have our local government where we make sure that the neighborhood is clean and that our children are safe. Even when they go back to school, they will be safe. We also have our urban renewal program going on. We feed people because during the pandemic, a lot of people are out of work. So we make sure that the persons here throughout our community are well fed.
This young entrepreneur also lives in the local community. She owns and operates a hair salon. She's lived in Pinder's Point all her life.
Both of my grandmothers were entrepreneurs. They worked for themselves, and I think that spoiled me because when I worked with one of my grandmothers who worked on the harbor, I saw how much money she made and she didn't have to answer to anyone. And so that kind of got me invested in the whole idea of entrepreneurship is the way to go. Why Pinter's Point? Well, I grew up in the neighborhood and I always saw the potential.
This church was co founded by my grandparents decades ago, and most of our family's special events like weddings take place here. My uncle serves as a minister.
So we were privileged to have wonderful parents that brought us up in a Christian environment, like most parents that originally did come from Pinder Point. We all knew how to worship God, and it was very important to do so. But the church has been around since 1963, I believe, or 65, and it's still going strong. And we are still very active in the church. My brother is a deacon, and I am a minister, as you mentioned.
Pinder's Point is a town filled with love. It is ready to welcome the next generation of community leaders who will play a role in keeping that community spirit alive and well. How you doing?